Time for 7 First Alert weather.
Skycam 7 not showing the big fat snowflakes that it was showing just a little bit ago, but for the most part, the connector has remained mainly wet. No snow accumulating here or even on the grassy surfaces, but that's downtown Boise. And I know outside of downtown Boise, it's a bit of a different story as I've been seeing the pictures and the videos. And thank you for all of those reports you're posting on our Idaho Weather Watchers Facebook group. If you're not a part of it, it's a great resource for what's happening around the valley because, of course, we're more than just down here in downtown Boise. So you see this band of pretty moderate snow. There are some areas, Kuna, Melba, Murphy. You've already seen an inch of accumulation. That happened pretty quickly this evening. Now that band is stretching in from west to east. It'll continue to slide to the south overnight, but in southern Canyon County and Ada County, we may have some higher totals. There may be some isolated spots that pick up a little bit more than that general inch of accumulation that we're expecting. For other parts of the valley, may not even see that. Maybe more of a dusting through Horseshoe Bend and places like Emmett. So it's kind of a toss-up. Where you are, you might want to wake up very early tomorrow morning and check in with Jim Duthie, see what's happening as you're heading out the door, and plan for a little bit of extra time, not just because of the weather, but also because it's Monday after a long weekend. Current temperatures down near the freezing mark, and so down at the surface, it could actually already be at 32 degrees. Bridges and overpasses always the first to freeze, so please keep that in mind that slick spots are a possibility through the overnight hours and for the morning commute. So here's that band that we're tracking right now, expected to continue to stretch through until the wee hours of tomorrow morning. So that's why I say some isolated locations could actually end up with 2 inches, perhaps even more. But that's only some spots, some very isolated spots, not the entire Treasure Valley. Then as we move into tomorrow morning's commute, there may be some places along the I-84 that are still seeing some snow coming down. So again, that could slow things down as well as maybe even some more moderate bands that set up tomorrow afternoon and drop a little bit more snow in some spots. And then we get the sunshine before it goes down tomorrow evening. It's dry into Tuesday, but it is very, very cold. Snow potential, take these with a grain of salt. It is really tricky to pinpoint exactly where this all ends up. But as I mentioned before, I'm watching for the potential for maybe closer to 2 inches in some isolated spots that'll come in closer to 3, especially on grassy surfaces, because we've already seen some of those totals that have been piling up this evening, and it'll continue into the overnight hours and for the day tomorrow as well. So expecting highs for the Treasure Valley to be in the upper 30s, maybe 40 degrees, but all in all, this week's forecast looking very winter-like, and I apologize, that was supposed to be the 7-day forecast. We will certainly get that, and of course, if you haven't seen it for long enough here, man, it's like a glitchy computer. You can always find it at KTVB.com. We'll get to that coming up in a little bit, and we'll be right back after a quick break.